like the dude next door, Bubba. Oh, hello. It's nice to see you again. Once again, I am Chris Noosh, back with another Noosh vlog. And this week, I will be continuing the robot animated carving that I'm working on. You saw me carve one of these last week, so I'm not going to film myself carving these again this week because it'd just be a little repetitive. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to watch me carve it last week. But I've got 5 more of these to carve, and then I can paint them, and then I can move them into the animation that I started working on last week. Let me show you that. So this is the sketch and the plan that I did last week. I'm carving these 8 frames together that turn this the little robot into this animation to have a woodcut. Painted and inked little animation thing. I just thought it'd be fun to work on something like this. So that's what I'm doing. Like I said, I've got 3 already carved and 5 more to carve. And that's one of the things I'm going to be working on this week. I'm going to carve one of them right now, and then I'll talk to you about another thing that I possibly want to do this week, depending on how many of these I get carved today. So that's what I'm going to do. After 8 to 10 hours of carving on these little robots, they are finally finished. It's Wednesday now, and they are all done. And it's actually pretty exciting because I'm starting to see how it's all going to come together, and I think it's going to be pretty fun. I think the woodcut aspect of it is going to make it really interesting and fun too, because the way woodcut is, there's a lot of unplanned mark making that goes into it, like where a piece of wood might peel off or something might chip that you didn't plan to. There's also all the texture that's in the background of the woodcut that is unique for each piece. You know, all this stuff going on back in here. And you're going to see that. And I think that movement is going to activate the little animation quite nicely, or it could make it look very chaotic. I have no idea. But they're all finished. I'm starting to see how it's all going to come together. Those are done. All I need to do is paint them and ink them. And then I guess next week I'll probably be able to assemble it all together and make it an actual animated GIF or, thing, or whatever file I turn it into. Also, I have approval on a couple of the commission pieces that I've been working on, so I can finally start those tomorrow too. And before I do that, I want to create a little woodcut for myself, just some personal work. And the subject I'm going to choose to do of that is something that it's an animal that I've recently discovered, and I didn't know that they existed until now, and you see it looking over my shoulder right there. That is a babirusa. Babirusa? B-A-B-I-R-U-S-A. Babirusa, and it's kind of like a pig-like animal. Not sure the exact pronunciation there. Maybe someone will tell me. Babirusa, Babirusa. I'm going with Babirusa. It's a pig-like animal, and it looks like it's like straight out of the Cretaceous because it has all these tusks coming out all which way. I thought it would be fun to do a carving of one of those because I never heard of it before. Never heard of it. So that's what I'm going to work on this afternoon. I'm going to sketch something for that. Just do couple of Babirusa sketches, and then I think the next time you'll see me talking to you is me showing you the finished sketch of that, plus me starting to paint these tomorrow. So let's get sketching. Oh, before I get sketching, I wanted to tell you also I stained all of the frames that I'm going to be using for these dancing robots. I stained them all too. That's what I've been doing. I've got some dirty fingers from that now. But Those are all done, and those will be ready tomorrow too. So now let's get sketching. All right, the Babarusa. I looked up the pronunciation of it, and it is not Babby, as it looks like B-A-B-I. It is Bubba, like like the dude next door. Babarusa. So the Babarusa, I became familiar with them when I was walking through a zoo, and I saw an enclosure that was supposed to have the Babarusa in it, but it did not have it. So I haven't actually seen one in real life. I just saw the illustration that was on the sign for it in its enclosure, and I was like, what in the world is that? I've never seen one of those before. So I took a picture of it and came home and looked up more pictures of it, and they look really cool. So a couple things about the Babarusa is that they are native to the Indonesian islands, and they are wild members of the pig family, the Babarusas are. And Babarusa means pig deer, and it's thought that they got this name because of their large tusks that reminded the Sulawesi people of deer antlers. Babarusas will eat almost anything: leaves, fruit, berries, nuts, mushrooms, bark, insects, and small mammals. That includes even smaller Babarusas. Oh, how sad. It is a mystery of what their tusks are for. They are brittle and easily broken, so they are not used for fighting amongst other males. The males will stand on their hind legs and box each other, so they're not using their tusks to fight each other. It's thought that they serve as a display of physical fitness to females, but it's not really a tested theory, so they don't really know what their tusks are for. I guess they just kind of look cool. They just kind of look cool. And I didn't write this down, but the little article said I think they have like 4 stomachs or something like that too, so that's pretty wild. No, sorry. Scratch that. They have 2-chambered stomachs. Which is reminiscent of the digestive systems of sheep and other ruminants. So they basically got sheep stomach. I wonder if you could use, what's it, tripe? That's sheep stomach. I wonder if you could use Babarusa as for tripe. Babarusa tripe. Anyways, I've drawn out the Babarusa. It is now Thursday morning. And as promised, I'm going to start painting the robots dancing. And I'll probably ink those today too. And then I'll get my commissions and everything else ready to go. But that is what I'm going to start working on now. right, so these robots are all finished up, and I don't have to tell you that this is the first time that I've ever done something like this. And as always, it's the running theme with pretty much anything that I do. It took a lot longer than I initially thought that it would, but I do think it was I think it was pretty successful, just so far in just the original pieces on how they look. I'm interested to see on how, I know that the drawings, when you line them up, look like a convincing illustration, animation type of thing. I don't know yet how the woodcut technique is going to factor into that, but hopefully tomorrow or the next day I'll be able to scan them in and try to start figuring that out. A couple things that I did with the color that I think is I'm excited to see how that works out. The little TV in the middle with all the lines, that pulses from yellow to yellow orange to a darker orange to straight orange, and then it goes back to yellow. And so when you do that, loop it's just going to keep doing that over and over again. And then the little buttons in his chest, those also change. We've got one that goes, I think one stays yellow, which is the upper left-hand corner. The upper right-hand corner goes from yellow to green. So it starts like yellow, green, darker green, light, yellow, green, green, darker green, light, and then back to the lighter green there. And then this one goes from purple to blue to red. So red, mix it in to a little bit of a purple, straight purple, little blue, straight blue, purple, different purple, back to straight red. So that one changes from purple to red. And then this one blinks from white to blue. And so it's white, light blue, blue, light blue, white, light blue, blue. So it just blinks the whole time. I think that's the only color changing elements. I didn't want to go too crazy. Also the little dot on the top of its head blinks from a straight red right there and there to a pink to like a light white color. So that's all. Hopefully it's convincing. Can't wait to see it all come together. But for now, these are done. I just got to let them dry. Oh, and also each one, once they are done, will be a framed piece, original piece. And it will look just like that. So they're going to, together they make an animation, but uniquely they make a framed, fun little piece. All right, it is Friday now, Friday morning, and a miracle happened last night. As you can see from behind me, I went to go check on the robots to see if they were dry, and they were. So I was able to scan those in and turn that into a GIF. And all I did is real simple. I just scanned them in, isolated each one, and put it in a different layer in Photoshop. And then you just click animate GIF basically from there. You select how long you want each little thing to exist for. But it's done. My initial thoughts are I'm not sure that it was worth 2 weeks worth of work, but it's done. I did it. I can't go back and reclaim that time. But there it is. And I do have 8 little, we'll put that. Oh no. 8 little robots there that look just similar to this that I can frame up to and sell those individually. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. But I have it. There's some interesting stuff. I'll let it loop for a little bit at the end of this video so you can see it in its entirety, like up close and personal and stuff, not just on a computer screen behind me. But that's done. What I want to do now is I have 2 things I need to do today. I need to draw out a couple of my commissions onto a board as well as with the Bubbarusa. And I also have some t-shirts to print. Those are my priorities, and whatever I get done beyond that is gravy. But that's those are my achievable goals today. So I guess now I'm going to go start drawing some stuff out onto the boards. I'm just going to show you the Bubbarusa, not the commission pieces, because these robots are done. All right, let's go draw stuff out onto some boards. Actually, first I want to talk to you about the stuff that I like and what I don't like about this about the robot illustration. So I really like the inclusion of these two guys, and I know if you watched last week's video, you know that happened very late in the process. Him bouncing up and down works very well. For some reason, the bouncing of this guy doesn't happen as well as I was hoping for. Like, you can see his little ears going up and down his thing, so maybe I just didn't sketch it out right. I don't know. Another thing that doesn't work quite as well is the blinking from orange to yellow of the little TV in the middle of his belly. It just doesn't work out as well. So that's that. And then the blinking of all the things on his chest is a little chaotic, and I think that's mostly to do with the size of the things kind of changing, because I wasn't super concerned with the size of each one changing. But yeah, all in all, I think it came out pretty decent. Pretty decent, but like, I just don't know that it was worth 2 weeks worth of work. We'll see. Maybe it'll turn into something else. But I got the idea out of my head, and now I can move forward. So there we are. But I do like how it came out. It's you know, I think what I'm dealing with right now is the fact that I've been staring at it for 2 weeks, and I'm just like, oh, it's finally done, and now I can move forward. I'm just like, get out of my sight. I think that's what I'm dealing. You tell me in the comment section if it was worth the 2 weeks worth of work. But anyways, it's unique and it's finished. So now I'm going to go draw stuff out onto the boards. Let's go. And just like that, I've got the Bubbarusa drawn out onto the board, and I cut it out using my scroll saw. I haven't painted the edges yet, but I'll do that. This is ready to start getting carved. Next week is when I'll start on this one and my other commission pieces. So there that is. And now what I want to do for the rest of the afternoon, which is there's not a whole lot of it left after all those commission pieces and all this getting ready, is I need to print some t-shirts. So I'm going to leave you once again with me printing some t-shirts. I got a small handful of them that I need to run through today. And then stay tuned to the end to get a real crisp view of the robot GIF piece that I've been working on for the past 2 weeks. So once again, guys, thanks for hanging out with me this week. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the robot GIF piece, and I'll see y'all next week. All right, thanks. Bye.